Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the Roblox scripting tutorial. If you have not watched episode 1, be sure to check that one out because it is very important that you know that as well to understand some parts of this video. So I will have that linked in the description of this video. But to start off this video, I will be teaching you about properties. Properties are a very important part of any Roblox game. So this part looks super bland right now. It's just a white brick made of plastic. If you wanted to change that, then you would have this properties window open, and that would be right here in the view tab. Now if you wanted to change the brick color, then you could change the brick color to like a lime green. The material could be mud, or let's say you wanted it to be ice. It could be anything like that. And there's also transparency to make it a little transparent, which is also really cool. But I will be showing you how to change these via script in this video. So if we open up our script that we had from last tutorial, we can see that we have the variables and the printing. We will not be needing any of this in this video, so you can just delete that. Now, to change the property of something when you join in the game, then to reference a certain part, you could go game.workspace.part. And then you have your part referenced. So when you run the game, the engine will think, okay, so I'm looking at the game, alright, now I'm looking at this workspace tab. Now in there, is there a part called part? There is. So it is referencing the part. Now if you were to add another dot, then you could add, let's say, transparency. Transparency equals 0.5 because the max transparency is 1 and that is fully transparent. So this would be half transparent. So if we were to make this not transparent here and then run the game, then you can see that it gets a little transparent. And there is also another much shorter way to reference a part, but you have to make sure that your script is connected to the part. And if your script were to be in server script service, which is usually where you'd put it, you'd have to do game.workspace.part.transparency equals 0.5. But if your script was inside of a part, let's say it was only connected to that part, then you could simply do script.parent. So it thinks that you're looking at the script, so the game's like, okay, I'm looking at this script that's running. Okay, now I'm looking at its parent. So the Roblox engine has these things called parents and children. So this script is connected to the part. It's inside of there. So if you close this, it will go away. But this is the child of this part. And this part is the parent of this part. So for example, if you right click this part and click select children, then it would show that. And basically it's just what they call the parts inside a certain tab. So if you did script.parent.transparency equals 0.5, then it would run just the same like that. There is a whole list of properties as well, as you can see. So many different properties. You could also do something like script.parent. Let's do cast shadow. And then you could do equals false. So as you can see right now, there's a little shadow behind this part. Now if we were to run the game, that shadow would go away because it's cast shadow equals false. As you can see here, this is unclicked here. If you were to re-click it, then it would start casting the shadow again. But there is so many different properties, as I said, that you could do. And usually some of the most important ones would be the anchored and usually the color. But if you were to have it be anchored, then you would also have this true or false thing. If you were to have brick color, then you would want to put it in quote marks, and then you could do whatever color you want. So you could select a color like this. Like this right here is lime green. This one is olivine. This one is new yeller and really red. So you could just put any of those in those quote marks. But that will conclude this tutorial. This one was pretty simple, but is incredibly useful, especially when you get into tougher stuff. So I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.